Okay, let's do this. Let's criticize the red pill community and the black pill community at its core. Okay, so the red pill community has a belief that they understand the truth of dating. They understand the truths of dating, and it comes down to the idea that women are attracted to looks, money, status, and game. Black pillars say no, the primary reason why women are attracted to you is just your looks, and it's even more detailed than what the red pill goes into. Both of these movements believe that they have the truth. They believe they have the objective truth of reality, the objective truth of male nature and female nature, and how attraction works. And it's based, the black pill is derivative of the red pill, and the red pill comes, they use the metaphor from the movie The Matrix. And what it seems like is they've all fundamentally misunderstood the metaphor. And so a lot of people say, I go with the red pill because the red pill is truth. If you look at the movie, um, the red pill just helps you to see beyond the matrix. It pulls you out of the matrix, so you're able to see the matrix. But there's two lead characters, and it's actually ironic, really ironic, that Andrew Tate calls himself Morpheus, and he thinks that that is a great thing. Okay. What the movie argues is what it seems like the movie. There's two traps to fall in. There's another trap to fall into. One is the trap of Cypher, who sees outside the matrix but wants to go back into the matrix. It's like, this is too hard, screw this. And then the other trap is Morpheus, who, because he sees beyond the matrix, he thinks anything he sees or is told or believes outside of the matrix is the ultimate truth. So before he believed, like everybody did when they're in the matrix is the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality. And then when he gets outside of the matrix, wherever he comes across, whether he's presented with, such as Zion, such as the Oracle, such as the prophecy, he just takes that to be true. And if you notice, when that prophecy is shown to be bullshit, he completely loses confidence. He doesn't know who he is. He becomes like a shell of his former self. In contrast to Neo takes the red pill, sees beyond the matrix, but never thinks just because he sees beyond the matrix he has the ultimate truth. That's the trap he never falls into. He doesn't fall into a trap of Cypher, who wants to just go back in the matrix because ignorance is bliss. He doesn't fall into a trap of Morpheus, who thinks that every conclusion he comes to outside of the matrix is true simply because he sees the matrix. Neo seemed to have learned his lesson from the matrix, that you constantly question, and that continues outside of the matrix. And something that's really interesting with Neo never seeks power. He constantly is just curious, and he's constantly questioning and exploring and trying. He's exploring mentally. He's also exploring physically. And because of that, that's how he's able to be how he is. And he even transcends the previous, if you've seen the movie, he transcends the previous incarnations of the One. Like, all of them say that. Like, he does things beyond. And one of the reasons, likely, is because he doesn't accept things at face value. Even when the architect, the creator of the Matrix, or the creator of the man who designs and runs the Matrix, says to him, this is the way things are and there's nothing you can do about it, he still doesn't even believe him then. He doesn't take what people say on face value. He's always open to revising his conclusions. When he believed about the prophecy and they did the battle and got the key and met the architect, he thought, okay, this is the truth. But he's always got that idea of being open to new experiences and open to new information in his mind. So when he found it was bullshit, it was difficult to deal with, but then he just found a way of dealing with it a lot better than Morpheus was, because Morpheus believed he had the ultimate truth, and when you believe you have the ultimate truth and it goes away, it's devastating. You see this with religious people with political ideologies, people who believe in whatever cause they believe in, and they come to a conclusion that it's bullshit. It can be devastating for people. It's like going through, I've been through it myself, it's like going through a period of grief. There's anxiety, there's fear, there's anger. It's like different stages of grief. So what happens with unfortunately, a lot of red pill and black pill content creators is they believe they have the ultimate truth, and they will preach that to everybody. They'll tell you they have the correct description and prescription for everybody on the planet. Like, a lot of them fall into the same trap as Morpheus and the same trap as Andrew Tate. They think just because they see beyond quote unquote the matrix, they think but just by virtue of they see beyond the matrix, they have the ultimate truth. But deeper than the matrix this is something spoken about, like people like the postmodernists, which I know people like Jordan Peterson doesn't like. Friedrich Nietzsche spoke about this. People like Robert Anton Wilson spoke a lot about this. There's a YouTuber called Brittany Simon who speaks about this. A guy called Eric Byrne, who's a a psychotherapist, famous psychotherapist, spoke about this, is what is the matrix? The matrix, in the metaphor of the matrix, is our perspectives, our maps, our models, our prescriptions for the world, how the world is and how people ought to be. That's like what the matrix is. And so when you kind of see beyond the matrix, you start realizing, oh, okay, everybody, it's also what philosopher Max Stirner called spooks. Basically, everybody's beholden to these ideas, these ideologies, these conclusions, and they treat them as if they're objectively real. And they're willing to kill people over it, imprison people over it, be violent towards people, ostracize people, expel people from families because they don't fit into their model of reality. They don't fit into their ideology. They don't fit into how they believe people ought to be. So people will disown people with certain political beliefs, disown people who leave a religion, disown people who maybe have a different sexual orientation or become transgender. That's how some people live their lives. And so when you see beyond the matrix, even further than, I don't even think a lot of people in the red pill community, even though they think they see the matrix, I don't think they do. And the black pill, I don't think they do see beyond the matrix. Is you start realizing the world is comprised of models of reality, which are being presented to us as if they're truth, rather than approximations or attempts to find like accurate conclusions. So basically what I'm arguing is that the people who claim to be red pill and say the red pill is truth, they fundamentally misunderstood the movie. And they're also still in the matrix because they still believe that their particular model of reality, their map, their bubble, their reality tunnel, their script is objectively true and it's a prescription for everybody. And this is, you can hear religious people just like this, people, members of political ideologies are like this, people are members of cultural ideologies, people who believe their culture is better than everybody else's, they can have this view as well. So it's not unique to them, but it's ironic that people who seem to think they're beyond the matrix, I argue, are still in it. So that is, I think, is the fundamental disagreement I have with the red pill and the black pill community, is the belief that they have the objective perspective of reality. I don't believe anybody does. I think all perspectives are simply interpretations. I don't believe we can ever directly experience the truth of reality because we all have filters and biases. And the best we can do is try to collectively come together. And even then, on a collective level, we will have filters and biases. I can't remember the exact term, but I'll end with this. Robert Anton Wilson said something like this, and he quoted another person, but damn it, I can't remember who it was. He said, the universe consists of non-simultaneously apprehended occurring events, meaning that there's things going on at every point in the universe, but there's no point do we see everything. That would be God's perspective of seeing everything outside of time and space and observing everything happening simultaneously. Everything, everywhere, all at once is that brilliant movie, which has a very similar message to The Matrix, right? Or seems to have a very similar message to The Matrix. So because we don't see everything, everywhere, all at once, how is it possible for us to know the objective truth of reality? All we have are slices of the universe, slices of reality. By virtue of simply having this fixed point of reality, which we see it, we are always going to be subject to filters and biases. So anyway, that's my video there. Please leave your comments, disagreements, whatever, doesn't matter. I hope you're well, and take care.